Hi everyone, welcome to the class of Chinese ceramics. Today we are going to talk about Dreamwears. The Dream kilns were based in Henan province and had locations throughout its Yu County. As of today, over 100 kiln sites have been discovered, some of which specially produced porcelain ware for the imperial courts, with a history that dated back to the Tang Dynasty. Its most flourishing period was during the Song Dynasty. The unique feature of Jin porcelain lies with its special turbid glaze, which contained low concentrates of copper oxide. If we consider iron oxide the coloring agents for celadon and black porcelain, then Dreamwear gained its wonderful hues from copper oxide. Copper turns green in oxidation fire and red instead in reduction atmosphere. Due to the small traces of copper oxide in Dreamwear glaze, its color was often green infused with violet, as if the rosy cloud during sunset. Even the blue contained in Dreamwear were different from the usual celadon. It was a blue with a milky tone. The successful creation of Dreamwear was a great achievement by the craftsmen of Song Dynasty. By using copper oxides as a pigment, the Dream kilns successfully produced copper red glaze in a reduction fire. This was a breakthrough in the technology of ceramics. Adding copper oxide as a coloring agent was a rather difficult task, as the chemical components in the basic glaze, the temperature and atmosphere were all very sensitive factors. Even the smallest bit of deviation from the requirements would have resulted in an undesirable shade of red. Another distinguishing feature of Jin porcelain glaze would be the pattern referred to as earthworm crawling in the mud. Its appearance as if the trails left in the soil by earthworms. This was a result of the glaze being particularly thick in Dreamwear. When in the process of baking, under low temperatures, the glaze began to chap. When the temperature was raised, glaze that had not congealed flowed back into the crackled glazes. Just as the crackled glaze, this defect in fine technology turned into a kind of rich and unique decorative language. There is a saying that no two pieces of Dreamwear are identical, which means that even porcelain born of the same kiln are somewhat different, as most of coloring is done through a natural process. People have little control over the glaze color. However, this type of natural formation was the highest ideal in aesthetic at the time. Dreamwear vessels such as flower pots, cauldrons, writing brush wash basins, and more, all modeled after ancient bronze vessels used for rituals. Thus, Jin porcelain appeared retrospective and stately, with the most meticulous attention to detail. There were similarities between Dreamwear and those of the Ge, Guan, Lu, and other kilns of the same time period, because they were all intended for serving the course. Flowers and floral patterns were the fashionable form of decoration for porcelain at this time. However, Dreamwear used not patterned decorations, but the vessels themselves came in the shapes of flowers. Commonly seen were toilet cases, flower pots, flat bowls, and the writing brush wash basins in the shape of Chinese wrappable flowers, flower pots and pot bases in the shape of lotuses, as well as pot bases made to resemble sunflowers. It was a truly unique feature of the Dreamwear. Of the 5 aforementioned great kilns of the Sung dynasty, aside from Dreamwear, which had engraved or imprinted patterns as decorations, the other kilns all produced purely non-decorated porcelain. Of course, this absence of ornamentation did not equal to being bland. Rather, it was reliance on natural formation. The Ge, Guan, and Lu kilns all produced celadon, and all 3 utilized crackle glazes as a form of decoration. The crackle glaze was caused by different degrees of contraction at the different parts of the glaze. Thus, when fired, the surface of the glaze would begin to chap. This may originally have been an imperfection of the firing technology. However, porcelain artisans were able to take advantage of this defect and made it a naturally formed decorative element. The Sung dynasty was a time when masterpiece porcelain ware emerged in an endless stream. Aside from the kilns already discussed, there were also the Yin celadon of the town of Jingdezhen, celadon of the Longquan kilns, the Tuhao and Youdi porcelains from the Jian kilns, and much more. All these famous porcelains embodied the aesthetic principles advocated by high society during their times. In addition, Cizhou kilns, Jizhou kilns, Yaozhou kilns, and other commerce kilns, with locations throughout China, produced porcelain that had vivid and unique styles and body, capturing the eyes of collectors and connoisseurs both domestic and abroad. For example, the porcelain-making technology of Cizhou kilns was spread to many parts of China, and even influenced Korea, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, and other countries, who produced similar porcelain wares. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.